Good evening and welcome to the rest of the news. This is Frank Simon, and our special guest today is right here, Rick Howland.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Beverly Johnson with
Hello.
Sisters for Life. We got some really important things to talk about. Beverly, you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yes.
Fathers for Life Day coming up on June 16th.
Yes, sir. It's the 10th annual.
Has it been 10 years now?
Yes, sir. 10
My
years.
gosh, really?
Yes, and it's a life celebration prayer, Fathers for Life Day Walk, Run, or Bike. June 16th, which is the day before Father's Day.
Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's a Saturday. It's not our biggest event, but it's one of the next to the biggest event that we do every year. We do this every year. What we do, of course, our goal is the purpose of this is to honor fathers and highlight the influence fathers have in saving their preborn babies, raise funds for Sisters for Life Walk by Faith, and declaring that the EMW is closed downtown in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Right.
So what we do, we encourage people to sign up, or they can register. It's $25. They can walk, bike, run, whatever. If they can't, we have vans set up for them to come. And then what we do that day is at 7 a.m. they'll register at our headquarters, which is 1143 South 6th Street. And then the destination we walk to is to EMW Women's Surgical Center, 136 West Market Street in Louisville, Kentucky, of course. And that's 3.5 miles. Our goal is to line that street with over 200 people. We encourage everyone to come on board and support us, because all the funds go to assisting the mothers and fathers faced with unplanned or crisis pregnancy. We also have a co-ed program of teens and young adults practicing abstinence and educating them on everything, Planned Parenthood, do birth control, everything, to abstain actually from sex. I can say that right. That's what we do. It's going to be a great event. We ask that people get a team of 20 people. 20 people, $25. That'd be a great fundraising project. And if they can't walk with us, they can walk in their own area. They can also register online at our website, sisforlife.org, and register online and get signed up for the event. And then also they will get a T-shirt.
Okay, Sis for Life. It's SIS4, the number 4.
No, FOR, SISFOR for life. We spell it out.
Okay.
.org.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes, sir. Thank you. But it's a great event that we have. Saturday is usually the largest day that the mothers and fathers come in huge numbers to give the abortion permission to kill the babies.
I've been to that before.
Yes, sir.
Didn't know you've been down there 10 times, did you?
No, I haven't been down there 10 times.
Okay.
I only remember maybe a couple of times.
I've been about 5 or 6.
You have?
Yeah.
And I was just there this morning. I'm a sidewalk counselor, and I encourage the mothers and fathers to come out. And they do come out. And during our tenure, we've encouraged over approximately 780 mothers and fathers to come out. And none of them has said that they wish they had a...
By come out, you mean
they came out of the abortion mill.
And they didn't kill the baby.
Right. Yes, sir.
So it's 700 and some odd babies.
700 babies.
That are alive today.
Yes, because we let them know that God loves them. Because we're a nonprofit Christian organization, and we go with this the holistic way to encourage them that God loves them. They're listening to the wrong voice and telling them that they can't make it for whatever reason, and they can. And then tell them that they have other alternatives. They can put the baby up for adoption. Point them in a direction of the other agency, like Beside You for Life is right next door to the abortion mill. EMW, I call it the abortion mill because that's what it is. And they can get a free ultrasound and all resources developed to them. And then also get information on having the baby adopted.
Wow.
But probably most of them, once they decide not to kill their baby, usually decide that the next move is to keep the baby.
And majority of them
there's an affinity for that child in the womb inside the mama anyway. And once she decides she's going to keep it, then that's a real hard push to all of a sudden decide, I'm not really going to keep it, I'm going to give it away. But sometimes that's the best.
Yes, it is. And God will give them the grace to do whatever they need to do, whether to choose to keep the baby, raise it, or put the baby up for adoption. And that's where Beside You for Life comes in and takes care of all that and system and encourage them as well.
Now, when is this going to be again?
It's going to be June 16th on a Saturday.
Saturday, June 16th.
Yes.
The day before Father's Day.
The day before Father's
And
Day.
it'd be a real good way for fathers to celebrate. Maybe bring some of your kids down and let them see that life is real and being a father does mean something. Being a father does mean something that you show concern for your community. But not only that, the irony of their father taking them down to defend other children, who may not have a father.
And then those who do, fathers who do come, they have support of Sisters for Life. And besides all of our organizations, we pretty much come together. But Sisters for Life, we support them. We've had fathers come out of the abortion mill and didn't have a job. But that took some courage. Or different excuses they have. They're in school, can't possibly tell their parents that they're faced with an unplanned pregnancy. But we coach them through all of that almost all the time. It always works out.
It's seldom as bad as they think it is.
Absolutely.
It starts early in the morning, 7 a.m.
Actually, it starts at 6. Actually, we register at our headquarters, which is 1143 South 6th Street. And then we want to be prepared to walk together over to EMW Women's Surgical Clinic no later than 7:15. Because they open those doors between 7:30 and 7:45 to the mothers and fathers who feel they need to kill their baby.
Coming to their appointments.
They're not killing their baby, but the abortionist is killing their baby. I don't like to say it like that. I like to say, don't allow the abortionist to kill your child.
Saturday, June 16th, starting around 7 a.m.
Yes, sir. That's a good
And come
point.
right down to 6th. What's the cross street there at 6th Street?
We're between Oak and Breckenridge on 6th Street.
On 6th Street. There's a Catholic church right
Yes, St. Louis Bertram.
St. Louis Bertram.
It's right
Yeah.
across the street adjacent from us.
That's coming up now. What should they do if they are interested in participating? You can call that number.
Yes, you can call the number 502-408-2950.
And what's the website again?
And then if they want to register, they go online. They can register at sistforlife.org.
Area code 502-408-2950. So that's easy enough. And I've been there.
That clinic, a lot of people, the address is what? BMW clinic is what? But it's right on the corner of 2nd and Market. It's next to the market.
Next to Beside You for Life is their 136 West Market Street.
It's the second door east
from the corner
of 2nd Street on Market, and it's on the south side of the street. EMW Clinic. People ride by there all the time. Very few people know what's going on in there. Babies are dying daily.
We actually have a serial killer in our city of Louisville. But if those mothers were outside that building, if they were killed and the perpetrator were caught, they'll charge them with double homicide. So they acknowledge that baby
but you go through that
is
door.
And usually there's quite a few people right there in front of the abortion clinic. So that if you see a crowd of people, that's probably where you're supposed to go.
Once they get in, there's usually not a crowd. After the crowd's in and the sidewalk counseling is done for the day.
Well, I wouldn't say it's done for the day because Sisters of Life, we go out in the evening when they come out because they still need our help. If they go through, I always say if because there's a possibility that God will touch their hearts and they'll come out because they do come out. But they do come out after have around about 11:30 or 12ish. They start coming out. I'll say later than that. Let's say 12. They come out and they've had the abortion. They still need our help, and we still share the love of God with them, tell them that we're here for them because there are post-abortive symptoms that go along with after you have an abortion that affects them.
I went up there one day. It must have been like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just sitting watching people coming out, and I remember this one lady came out, and almost made me want to cry. You could see the confusion on her. She knew she had just done something that was on her, and she couldn't get this thing off. And she had a man was with her, and he was trying to get her to slow down because she just had trauma done to her body.
Absolutely.
And he was trying to get her to slow down because he was afraid she was going to pass out. She wasn't having it. She had to go. She had to get out of there. And she was going out the door, and she was yelling at him, and all of it was emotion. And it was misplaced at him because the impression I got was that he was just with her. He was trying to take care of her. He was trying to get her to slow down. And she was so distraught. But there was nothing she could do about it. And she knew it was too late.
Well, a young lady came out before last when I was there in the evening rather. She appeared to be still sedated somewhat. And then The father of the child was walking ahead, wasn't even consoling her, even acting like he cared. Pretty much just glad he got rid of a so-called problem. See what I'm saying, Dr. Simon? I gave her, she took my pamphlet because I said, you're going to need some help, sweetie, and we're here for you and we care about you. And she took my pamphlet. She had to cross Market Street, and I was really concerned about her crossing Market Street even. He's walking ahead of her, not even consoling her or after what she's gone through.
I remember handing out literature at the Bonchamani Clinic, closed. I was standing by the door, and when they came by, I handed this lady a brochure, and she stopped, and she looked at it, and then she started crying. I said, what's the matter? She said, well, I told God if he didn't want me to go through with this, to have somebody there to help me stop. So I said, I guess God answered your prayer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And she walked away.
Oh, wonderful. Awesome. That happens. That happens quite a bit too. Absolutely.
Praise God. All it took was a pamphlet.
Her prayer.
The prayer set it up.
Prayer set it up.
Her prayer set it up. And then God just woke you up and said, go down there and just hand out some pamphlet.
That's
so ordained time for him to be there at that time.
Well, this is really something. Father's Day, the Saturday before Father's Day, the 10th annual life celebration and prayer. And you can walk or what, but the idea is to show up on Saturday, June 16th, around 7 a.m.
Yes.
At the Sisters for Life headquarters, which is 1143 South 6th Street. On 6th Street between
Oak and Breckenridge.
Oak and Breckenridge. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's easy to find. I came down St. Catherine.
Yes, you
6th
still.
Street and turn left. It's easy to find, and it's a good cause, and there'll be a lot of pro-life people there.
And a lot of people don't know this, but the day after our governor was elected, he was where he usually is on the night of the Right to Life banquet, the Sisters for Life banquet, which was usually at the Sisters for Life banquet. And people were saying, oh, now he's coming down here, he's elected, now he's going to act like we exist or something.
No, he's been involved.
He's been involved, yeah.
And we were saying, no, he's always down there. Before he ran for anything, he was.
That's right.
He was supporting life in Louisville, and he was supporting Sisters for Life.
He's unapologetically pro-life.
Yeah, he ain't joking.
I like that too. Yeah. That's good.
You can see every once in a while, you can see some of that fire come out in the media where he's will pointedly let somebody know for sure where he stands.
Dr. Simon, people can get at least even a group of 10 people to come and walk with us. And even if they can't walk, they can walk in their area. We even take donations. We have a partner that's matching $1 for $1, $10,000 matching funds. So that would be great. And if they can't make it, they can just go online and give the donation. Say for any reason because of your health, can't walk, or if you want to meet us there, they could ride the van over to the abortion clinic, or they could meet us there.
And you all have a radio program too, don't you?
Yes, we do. Every Wednesdays.
11:30.
11:30, he knows.
On 1240, the AM dial on WLLV.
Well, that's the same station you're on.
Exactly. They come on right after us on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, you have to boot them out of the booth so I can get in.
Yeah. We come out running as much as I run. I get close to it once in a while.
Close to running?
Yeah, more like rolling out the door.
We have that radio station to educate people, to get the word out. We have a mandate to awaken the church. A lot of churches are silent about this issue, and while mothers and even fathers are sitting in a congregation, need to be healed and set free. Maybe if they've had an abortion or abortions and they don't realize why things are happening to them, it's because of the abortions. And they're sitting in silence about it. And especially African American community, we want to awaken the African American community about the issue of abortion because 47% of African mothers are killing their babies.
47%.
Yeah.
Now here's a picture of Angela.
Yes.
Angela Minter.
Angela Minter. You can't really see that very well.
Yeah.
There's Angela.
Yeah.
She has a great story to tell, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She does.
Yes, she does. And it's really striking because she's bold about the way she tells it. I wouldn't try to give a thumbnail of it, but she knows. She's been there. She knows what she's talking about. Over the years, she's had to deal with the trauma of it. And in fact, when these young ladies come out and they've gone through with the procedure, she's the perfect one to be able to walk beside them and tell them and help them through, because Jesus is the answer. Jesus forgives us of all our sins, all our shortcomings. He'll fix it. But when they first come out and they realize that what they've done is so permanent, I think it's debilitating.
Yeah.
If not right away, eventually it begins to get at them.
Absolutely. It seems to me that Angela sidewalk counsels, and she says, I've been through this. It's a mistake. Don't do it. You regret it.
And I have an experience myself when Roe versus Wade was legalized in, what's that,
1973?
45 years ago. I didn't go to abortion mill, but I went to my private doctor. I gave her an inkling that I just didn't want to be pregnant out of ignorance. I'm being honest. I allowed her, I gave her permission to do that. And I believe when I was on the counseling on the sidewalk, the Holy Spirit revealed to me that I was pretty much her guinea pig, because that was the first year. And God just revealed this to me a few months back.
Yeah, powerful story, because I could tell Rick or tell some lady, well, don't have the abortion. If you say, hey, I've been there,
right,
I've had it, I've gone through it, it was the worst mistake of my life, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way.
Yes, and only by the grace of God, I got through it, because there was no sidewalk counselors. When my private doctor's office, I feel that I was very selfish, but I was ignorant. I didn't know the baby had a heartbeat 18 to 21 days after conception.
They don't tell you that stuff.
My doctor, my private doctor, didn't even tell me. I had my own agenda. I had plans about my future, what I want to do. And so, and that's what happened. But only by the grace of God. And I cried out to God, and I got my healing. The healing took place.
Well, see, that's a powerful thing for people that are listening to the program today that are pregnant and don't know what to do. They're scared. Just to have you talking about it, I think is a big encouragement and comfort to them.
Because we've been there.
That's right. You know the score. You know you've been through it all. And it just didn't work out very well. That's the story. What else are you going to talk about? Let's see. We're going to talk about the Saturday, June 16th.
The day before Father's Day.
The day before Father's Day. And they start early at 7 a.m. down there at South 6th Street near Oak.
Yes, right off Oak, between Oak and Breckenridge.
Start early in the morning. How long does it take to walk up there?
It doesn't take long at all. No more than 20 to 30 minutes. It goes really, really quick. It's a nice little walk. It's great. Yeah. And we're going in numbers. We're making a statement in our city, because we're saying we want that abortion mill shut down, never to be open again in our city.
Right.
And in our state. We believe that we'll be the first abortion-free state.
That's right.
That's what we're believing in.
And that's a good way to start your weekend off on a Saturday, coming right down there. And Angela will be there.
Yes, she will. Angela and her husband, Parnell. They were both in that when they were both together in that. My husband will be there. I believe he's going to ride his motorcycle.
In the past, I used to have a van. And when some of the older people would get tired, they'd get in the van.
And Parnell's does that job too. We have water bottles. We serve refreshment. Don't feed you too much. You got to do all that walking. But it's a worthy cause. We're adamant about this, strong about this. Just like we were with the Planned Parenthood. You were with us, Dr. Simon, when they were trying to open that. We've got to take action.
What percent of abortions are in African Americans?
What percentage?
Well, of the total.
Well, in other words,
total that's done.
What percentage of women are African American
that are getting the abortion?
Black women have 47% abortion rate.
Well, that means
47. That's almost fit.
That's almost 50% of black women are doing it. We're somewhere around a third of the abortions that occur. Yeah. Women are only about 6% of the population, but they're having around a third or so, above a third of the abortions.
So that's where they get this genocide.
Margaret Sanger she's a brilliant old woman, evil old woman. Nothing wrong with being brilliant, nothing wrong with being old. Nothing wrong with being old, but there is something wrong about being evil.
That's right.
And now that she's deceased.
That's genocide, like they're trying to wipe out the black population.
Her point of view was this: if we can get black ministers to preach family planning from the pulpits, when black women discover it will be beneficial to their families if they have fewer children, within 2 generations, there won't be enough of those to worry about.
And she also said people of color are feeble-minded.
Oh,
pretty much dumb, don't need to have any children.
And we were human weeds.
She set out a
Human
whole
weeds. So she
agenda.
was very anti-black. We're running out of time. Thank you very much, Beverly Johnson and
Thanks for
Rick
having me.
Howland.
Hey, thanks, Doc, for having me come.
Tune in again next week for the rest of the news.
We didn't just start praying today. That we've been fasting and we've been praying. We've been interceding and laying on our faith. And God gave us a promise in verse 5, verse 14 and 15. He said, this is the confidence that you have in me. That if you pray anything according to my word, you know I hear you. And if you know I hear you, you know you have the petition that you have asked. So I'm not going to ask God a new thing. I'm just going to thank God today with my brothers and sisters. Because we've been praying and we didn't just start praying today. Not only there's a shifting going on, there's a manifestation happening. And I've been praying and praying today, but we see manifestation. Father, in the name of Jesus, we just want to thank you, Lord God. We want to thank you, Lord, for causing us to pray. We want to thank you for causing us to be out here today, together on one accord. We thank you for your presence, Lord God. Because you said for two or more gathered in your name, you're right in the midst of us. So we thank you, Lord God, for your presence. We exalt your name. We say that you are great and greatly to be praised. Father, we thank you for your new mercies today. Because of all we come, Lord God, in the multitude of your mercies, Lord God. Thank you for your new mercies, Father God. And we come in the multitude of your mercies, Lord God, asking you for forgiveness. And we just ask that you would just forgive us. We repent, Lord God, right in this city of Louisville, Lord God, for being complacent, for being silent, for calling good evil and evil good. Lord God, in the name of Jesus Christ, we just receive right now your forgiveness. Because you said when we repent, you said, Lord God, you will forgive us. So we receive that forgiveness in the name of Jesus. And then, Lord, we want to thank you for calling the mothers and fathers, Lord God. Turning the hearts of the mothers back toward their children, and the hearts of the fathers back toward their children, and calling the young men and young women, Lord God, to come together in holy matrimony, Lord God. In the name of Jesus Christ, Lord God, we just declare your great grace upon them, Father God. So the young women and young men in the body of Christ, Lord God, will not let down and have sex before their marriage. Oh God, and those who already have the sex before their marriage, Lord God, that you'll give them a fresh start and new beginning. Put it in their heart, Lord God, where they say, you know what? I want to do it God's way. Lord God, we're talking about your young children that are in the church, and say that they love Jesus, that are out here, Lord God, not sex, calling evil good and evil and good evil, and mothers and fathers partying with them and using drugs and sex. It's okay to lay down and have sex without being married. The Lord, we declare it's a new day. We declare a new day today in the name of Jesus. Lord God, that the eyes of the understanding of the young people are being opened in Jesus' name. The eyes of the understanding of their parents are being opened in the name of Jesus Christ. And parents are repenting to their children and saying, I missed it. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But you know what? I want to teach you God's way. I want to teach you to do it God's way. I want to let you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. That by the grace of God, you can live a life of purity. Because God wouldn't call you to do anything that He has not equipped you to do in the name of Jesus. I want to repent for taking you to the abortion mill. I want to repent for making you think it's okay to kill your baby, even though just because the law says it's okay. I just ask that you forgive me in the name of Jesus. Lord God, we thank you that grandparents are going to the grandchildren, going to their parents and say, I led you wrong. I did it wrong, but I don't want you to follow my lead. I want you to follow my new lead. I want you to follow the way I know it's the right way now. Oh God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for restoration. A restoration, Lord God, of your word and your value. In the name of Jesus Christ. And Lord God, we thank you for restoring families. Restoring, Lord God, where mothers and fathers, Lord God, are standing together and married, loving one another. Fathers loving their wives like Christ loved the church. Wives being the submissive wives that you called us to be in the name of Jesus. Those who divorce, Lord God, today would ask for forgiveness and repent, then, Lord God, say, I'm going to do it God's way this time around. And I'm not going to let the devil have me in condemnation. Those who had abortions, that they will repent and ask God to forgive them, but won't be in condemnation. And then, Lord God, that we will just be an example of you in our marriages and our families in Jesus' mighty name. We declare and decree not just in our community, not just here in Louisville, in the churches in Louisville, in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, but across this country and around the world in the name of Jesus. And then, Lord God, we declare that we're the first abortion-free state. Declare and decree no abortion here in Jesus' mighty name. We declare we lead the way in the name of Jesus. We declare in the name of Jesus we value mothers. We value fathers. We value babies in Jesus' mighty name. And we declare and decree in the name of Jesus that abortion is martial, abortion is Franklin, those two white doctors, and abortion is Candy, whoever her name is, white doctor down there. They call themselves themselves doctors that are killing innocent babies, Lord God. They already killed 3,000 last year, like 1,000 or so this year. And they take them on Derby Day. So that's Lord, in the name of Jesus, we declare and decree every day they're off because the money has dried up. And the body of Christ and the families are realizing, no, we're too good for this place. We will not come and give our blood money to these people. Do not give blood money to these people. We value life. We will let our babies live in the name of Jesus Christ. And then the church, Lord God, will help these mothers, help these fathers. They'll be the ones that they can go to. But they don't think they got to go to the government for everything. But they can come to the body of Christ. The body of Christ will be able to help on their chest and train them up and support them. We believe that. And we thank you for it. We declare you are healing our land, and we praise you in advance. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Oh, let us say amen. Hallelujah. We're thankful to the American Family Association, and certainly, where's Miss Eileen at? Where's Miss Eileen? Isn't she the hardest working? Amen. Isn't she put this together? And all of this couldn't happen without our leader. Amen. Every group has a leader. And the leader of the moral movement in Louisville and Kentucky is none other than that great leader, Dr. Frank Simon. We want to give way to him. I'd like all of the ministers to meet me over here for just a moment. I've got to share something with you. Praise God. Dr. Frank Simon.
Thank you, Brother Stephen. Isn't he doing a great job? He does a great job every year. Now, this is Linda Cochran, and she's going to help me hold my papers together. America used to have the top schools in the world. Now we've got about the worst schools in the world. The question comes up, why? Why? Why is this happening? When I was in school, there were no drugs in the high school. None. Now, 50% of the students in the high schools are experimenting with drugs. Why? Why? Why is this happening? Now we're having over 100 murders in Jefferson County every year. Before, like 1960, there were about 38, so there's about 3 times as many murders now. Why? Why? What has caused all of these problems? The answer is, in the 1960s, they kicked God out of our school. They kicked prayer out, the 10 Commandments, the Bible, creation, science, and prayer. They took everything about God out of our schools, and that's what caused the academic freefall. That's what caused the drug situation. That's what caused the increase in sexually transmitted diseases. That's what caused school murders. That's what caused the murders. Everything went wrong when they got rid of God. In 1998, Reagan tried to put prayer back in the public school. One party voted 87% to put prayer back in the public schools. The other party voted 86% not to put God back in our public schools.